Greetings. I'm George Boston Rhymes to Get to Free Press. And I'm over in Tifton, January 1st, 2021. And years ago, people used to go to their newspaper, television, or radio stations. And sometimes they're politicians and they would listen to their problems, but I was called to Tifton again. I've been here. I can't count the times I've been here. So I'm going to ask this citizen, taxpaying citizen, senior citizen, to give us your name.
My name is Mae Singletary.
And where you live?
1422 Love Avenue here in Tifton.
You have reached out to, I know, Channel 10 news media, and but nobody have done your story, am I right?
Not any.
Okay, but I'm here today, and I want to allow you the opportunity. I'm not going to interview you because I don't think that's necessary. I have done that before. What I would like for you to do is you have documentation to hold it up. I will try to zoom in on it as you talk and tell the people your problems here and give and what you think the solution need to be and what's the status of your case. It's on you now.
Right now, excuse me, as you have said, you've been here several times, many times, and nothing has been done except what you did. Our pondering in what was going on here was we didn't really know, and neither did the appraiser know when the house was appraised as I purchased it. So to sum up everything, make a long story short, this is the situation. My house is the hookup station. Hook up water, hook up electric, hook up cable. When I asked the health department to come in 2017, the gentleman that did come, he did write it up that there was a necessary investigation needed. But he came as a favor through the health department. And I understand he did reach out to the city of Tifton, and the manager decided that this was the hookup station for what his purpose was.
Wonder he backs the mask.
We still did not know until recently that for sure this is my house is the hookup station. And I have backup data through the fire department, water department, and a foundation out of Florida who has come, who has gone under my house, took pictures of damage that's done here at the property. There's flowing water coming through out the property, big huge holes in my yard whereby I am not able to walk. And my doctors in New York have decreed that I should not be walking in the yard because it's very dangerous. I had serious surgery. In the meantime, with all of what has gone down, it all has boiled down. My house here at 1422 is the hookup station. I have all pictures. I have 15 pictures here to show the general public that the house is sinking and water is still flowing underneath my house. According to the management here in Tifton, this was supposed to have been a leak. A leak made this kind of damage that I have to show the general public. And I've gone through.
At this point, we're going to go through the pictures that you have. Go ahead.
The pictures that I have will illustrate to you, which is recent, damage that has been done to my property and the assistance of the city of Tifton sending some unknown sources here to go underneath my house with no knowledge to me and no work order. So I will be privileged to show you the ongoing damage.
My first question, who took the pictures and when were they taken?
The foundation was out of Florida, and I have the backup information. I don't have it right here in my lap, but I can get it quickly if necessary.
I would like it to add it with this video.
Put
Later on.
Okay.
I will add it later.
All right.
Go, continue.
Okay. There's 15 pictures that I hold here in my hand, and there's an estimate of $38,000 more that has been done on my property, and the city had hand in doing so. This was to run me away from the property after 811 has made an order, dig up this property. They have not done this. They failed to do it. They failed to mark the property properly so that it can be dug up. So as a result of them not cooperating with 811,
Who is 811?
811 is a federal government agency that decrees do not dig anything unless they are notified. So the new order coming forth again will be January the 5th, okay? At this point, they normally call me because their boss told them, flag this yard until the work is done. The property is scheduled to be dug up, and they're going to continue. So what has happened to keep any digging to go forth, the property has not been properly flagged by the city or whomever is supposed to flag it. But yet, they have informed 811 that the property is properly flagged, and that is not true.
Pictures.
All right. I have 15 pictures here of damage underneath this property here, and the house is constantly sinking, and the cities.
And who you say took those pictures?
Alpha Foundation.
Okay.
Alpha. The name of the foundation is Alpha Foundation.
Okay.
I hired them here to take to investigate what's going on. All right.
Thank you.
They have suggested, okay,
Is that straight up upside down? Yeah, that's right. Okay.
they have suggested that with the assistance of the city coming here unauthorized, that additional damage is done to the property, and mold has set in, and the house is constantly sinking.
Next.
You may see cords about this part of the picture taking. They were able to take as far as they could because the house is sunk quite a bit on the backside. But those wires that you see are parts of AT&T's wiring that the city of Tifton has informed them that they can come here and hook up what they want to hook up at this hookup station, 1422 Love Avenue, my private property. When I questioned them about why are you playing games, putting boxes under my house, playing with these cords under my house, I was informed this was guidelines. But this is private property that I have to pay for. Taxes, insurance, and mortgage.
Next.
Okay. In this area, okay, they were able to get a vivid picture of the structure, likewise. I called the police when the city had sent someone to do work under my property, unknowing to me. And when the police got here, they asked the men what were they doing under my house. So the gentleman, one of the gentlemen who was out from under the house, informed the police that the city sent them here to do work. Now this is like before day in the morning. I happened to hear the juggling under my house, and I called 811 to let them know, okay? So we do have a police report. This happened around October 9 last year. I had just come back from New York for medical. So this, okay, is a portion of what they found too. Next. I don't know if I got this upside down or the correct a part of it. I numbered them, but I'm not sure if that's up or down, but whatever. It's a part of the broken up structure underneath the house. I noticed after I heard all the juggling under my house, I could hear some cracking, all right? So I knew that was dangerous. And therefore, I had Alpha Foundation out of Florida to come in and take a look and investigate what was going on here. And these are the pictures that I'm showing you. Mind you, when I purchased this house, the appraisal, who is here in Tifton, had no knowledge, neither did I, that all of this was underneath and additional damage has been done since he was here. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to purchase the property. There's still flowing water heavily under the property, and there's a black, murky type of solution or whatever this debris is coming through likewise. I'm unable to use my kitchen. I'm unable to use my bathtub. I have one means of water in this house, and that's my faucet sink in the bathroom. This is another structure of what's underneath the house and what other additional damage has been done other than the other flowing water throughout the property. It's throughout the property, coming from the back area. There is no sewer at this property. Although 811 has asked the city to mark the sewer line, I have paid sewer here for 12 years and there is no sewer. So what was scheduled to have been my sewer line, it did not reach the city structure. The last plumber I had here was Mr. Reuter. Mr. Reuter was run away from here to not return here to this property because he would have been too much of a party that could let the world know that this ill was going on. But they still, at this stage in the game, they did not fool my previous insurance agent because he gave a very strong letter, matter of fact 2, that I have been here harassed for 12 long years with all this mess going down. So everything that is going on here now is to drive me away from the property so no one would ever know that this is what's underneath it. So every time that I have to, this is another picture, I just can't answer it. Every time that, every time that I have to turn this in to anyone, I'm told that it's at the direction of the city, okay? Matters not what goes on. I happen to call FCC 811, the fire department. The fire department has recently been here to let the world know that this is the hookup station for the electrical setting that's going on here. There is another structure of what's under the house. And this all is in connection with the city people who came here unauthorized, put some funny faucets here at my property, and walked away and said nothing. I was without water here for 3 straight years, pulling water in a wagon, pull every stitch in my stomach, and I'd had surgery. So as a result of it all, I've had to go back and forth to New York for my care. While the city manager has solicited.
Go to the next one. Keep talking. Go to the next one.
There's a leak here. Running water, but a leak. It's another part of the structure, the damage. Okay? And this is since the visit underneath the house with no authorization here, no work order.
Next.
All of which is one other part.
Okay.
Okay. And again, as you may see, there are wires, and that is all dangerous. I brought it to the attention of the electrical company. And when I get feedback from them, they say they were here and everything was okay. But the fire department decided there's something different.
Excuse me, be quiet over there. I'm getting there. I don't need the noise.
The foundation is continuously shifting. Okay. That's another part of the shift.
What is that cloth underneath? What is that? Who put,
I don't know what it is. I don't know.
it's still under the house, or he brought it out?
No, the foundation wouldn't bring it out.
It's still under there.
It's still under the house.
Okay.
Okay. This was one of the first pictures he took because I remember that. Okay, this I might have had well, I know it's 15 pictures all total, and this is the very first one.
Okay.
The
Okay.
rest are
All right. After going through those, my question to you is: did he do a written report out of
Yeah.
Florida? He did a written report.
Yes.
You have that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Maybe I can get a copy of it sometime.
Yes, I'll give it to you.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
So go ahead on and close us out. Let us know where you're going and what you hope to do. And
All right.
And what's the
Well, at
status-
this
what's the
stage in
status
the
of it?
game, since I'm unable to get any satisfaction through the city manager, and he feels
what's his name?
I was informed his name is Pete Prysensky,
Okay.
and I'm informed that everything that's been done wrong here, coming on my property, was at the direction of Pete Prysensky.
Okay. Have law enforcement been involved?
Yeah, I have all the documentation. I have over 20 pieces of document from law enforcement of the harassment. This is outright harassment. So I'm supposed to leave and go. And since I haven't gone, the harassment continues to go on. But the game is over, okay? Officially.
Okay. So what are you waiting on now? We're gonna do this video, and I'm gonna.
Well, at this stage in the game, I have everything that I need for the FBI or for G.B.R. That's the only way we can go at this point. Because the city has no way of communicating with me. Here, less than 2 months ago, the city decided they were going to hire a paving construction division out of Douglas to come here to the property. They said they were paving the road, which is on this side of the house left for me, and uprooted my driveway in the back, tore it up. And I had debris already stacked for the environmental people to pick up. It was all around it like they like it, so you can pick it up. Well, all this has cement in it. And the tractor that they used from Douglas dumped it back over into my property. I do have pictures to show this. I have at least 25 pictures to show. So the company asked me to send them a police report. I sent the police report over a month ago. And the city and Douglas are in a fight about who is supposed to come here and straighten out the mess. So they informed me that it's the city's problem. They met with the city and they told the city that they must remove this debris from around the terrain of my property. It hasn't been done yet. And I paid a man $150 to stack it there when he did the last time they did my yard. I do have the photos to show it.
Okay. Okay. Any closing remarks you want?
If we're not going to work, if the city's not going to work with me, we have to work around the city, and that's when I.
Okay. Let me ask you another question. I'm asking this strictly for informational purposes. When did this problem first start? About what year that you started working on this?
I started, when I brought it to your attention, it was 2015.
Okay.
But it started.
Okay, the reason I asked you that because from 2015, I have recorded. Would you mind me connecting those videos in the description of this video? Would you mind me putting all this together when
I would be delighted.
Okay, all right. That's what I really want. I want your permission to do that.
Yes.
I'm not going to be liable for any of this. This is all on you. I'm hoping that you're telling the truth, and this is the interview that you want to do and make it public. Am I right?
Yes. I have documentation to substantiate everything that I've spoken to you about.
Okay, and all this is on you, not me, right?
That's correct.
Okay, and once again, give me that address. We don't want your phone number because they can write you. We don't want your phone number. We might get a harassing phone call. Give me your address once again, and your name and phone number once again, because we're going to put this on my channel, and I'm going to send it to a few of the news agents. I'm going to try to send it to Channel 10. I knew that I was out here when they came one time, but I don't think they did nothing with the information. So give me that address again before we close.
All right, 1422 Love Avenue, Tifton, Georgia.
Zip code.
31794.
And your name is?
Mae Singletary.
And today is January the 1st, 2021.
Exactly.
And you called me up here to do this interview, am I correct?
Yes.
And I responded. Thank you very much. Okay, in between this juncture here, you say you without water for how long?
3 years.
Okay, and the city finally gave you some water.
The city didn't do anything.
Well, how did you get water back here?
I went.
First of all, you went how many years without water here?
3.
And then what happened?
I got sick, and so did my grandson. We both were in dire shape, and I had to fly into New York to save our lives, along with the other ill things that was going on here, acid and formaldehyde. So the doctors found all this in the bloodstream. Okay, it's in writing.
But what I want to know is who get your water back on? That's what I'm concerned.
The person that I went to, I had a meeting with him. He's at the development center over by the post office. He's connected with the city, but he was decent enough to make sure that I got water. I couldn't pull water anymore because I'd had surgery, and I pulled every stitch that I.
So to make a long story short, so he got your water back.
This particular person, Mr. John Shepard.
You still work for the city?
I guess he does.
So you must be really thankful to him.
I am. Okay. And I wrote him and told him so. Okay? And I haven't bothered him since.
Gotcha.
Yes, I'd even let him know about this.
Okay.
Because when I told him things were going on here in reference to this, he said, I did not send them at your house to go under your house. That's what he said.
Okay. All right, thank you.